Okay, got it.
The Voice of Zoom.
Yeah.
12th of
Right.
January 2022, the first one.
Yeah. Happy New Year, mate.
Happy New Year.
Did you
How's
have a good
things?
time? What did you do? Anything special, or was you?
No, all quiet.
Well, over here, like New Year's Eve is like our like the English bonfire night. Without the bonfire, but it's fireworks.
Yeah.
Come midnight, it's just mega fireworks. And what happens here? There was just Hannah and myself at home on our own. You know, we had all the kids and grandkids for Christmas.
Yeah.
They'd gone home. But what happens here, because it's such the street where we live, Chris, it's like a big family with all the neighbours and everything. And come 12 o'clock midnight, New Year's, or we all meet outside in the street and just let fireworks off.
Do you play any Slade?
No.
You play Old Lang Syne?
No, but no, it's just like that, and that was it. We just outside, sort of thing, with letting fireworks off,
You had a busy old year, 2021, didn't you?
It was great. I mean, really, sort of recording wise, I'm assuming that's what you mean, Chris. With,
sorry.
John Powell Band, the Dreamers,
Occasional Flames.
Yeah,
so Joe Matera.
Sorry,
Joe Matera.
Oh, Joe Matera, yeah.
Don and the Dreamers.
Yeah, that's it. That's the Danish band, and yeah, that was good fun as well. But Joe, he was the guy I met when we toured with me, Andy, and Susie toured.
Yeah, the QSP.
And that's how that came about, Chris. Yeah. And
well, an album, an Occasional Flames album, single.
Yeah. We got that out, So that was great fun doing that. Me, Les, and Paul doing that, in the studio, back up in near Nottingham Way, sort of thing, and that was great fun as well. And but the album's out now.
On vinyl.
And CD, it's great fun. Like we said earlier on, Chris. I forgot what it was like to read an album cover.
Gatefold sleeve.
Yeah, years ago, before CDs, I used to love it when I bought a brand new album, especially a Beatles album, where I'll be playing the record and reading the album cover at the same time.
But it's like you with Slade, the Slade cover, fantastic cover, looking on the back and reading Chris Charlesworth's things, and Slade Alive.
I'll tell you what, when you read the little comments on the back, people like Richie Blackmore,
Paul McCartney,
McCartney, sort of thing.
You on the UK version, but not on the American version.
Only on the UK version. Yes, that was it.
No, it's great. And then the Don Powell band.
I tell you what, though, Chris, it's amazing. Oh, you forget, not in a blasé way, Slade Alive, how mega it was. Especially Australia. I said when the very first tour with us and Quote in '73, I remember landing in Sydney, I think it was Sydney, and we got me walking off, down the steps. I remember me and Fran walking down the steps, and there's all these TV cameras there. And we were all looking behind us on the plane. We said, who's on the plane? Well, I never saw anybody. Who's on the plane? And they're waiting for us because Slade Alive had actually outsold Sgt. Pepper by the Beatles. Yeah. And that particular tour, I've got it on the wall now, Chris, is a triple gold album for Slade Alive. Australia.
50 years old now. Golden anniversary.
I remember that. Well, we actually recorded it over 3 days.
That's right. Command Studios.
What the idea was to sort of do it over 3 days and pick the best out of the 3 days.
Yeah.
To sort of put them at the album. And as it was then, the audience was fan club members, as it was then. Sort of thing. They were fan club members. And like I said, the idea was to pick the best bits out of the 3 nights.
Yeah,
but it is actually the second night. Yeah. So all of the second night.
We'd better, because every time we talk about this, I'll get messages and things saying, "What about the other 2 nights?" And as far as we know, we don't know if they exist, do we? The tapes.
No. To be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if they weren't wiped. Or you know, because that's what would happen then. I mean, we very rarely kept anything, which was sad, really.
Yeah, well, it's just that I'll still get messages about it. Somebody will say, "What about they should release it and all that sort of thing?" And so hopefully that might keep the messages down.
Yeah.
But
well, haven't BMG released it?
not the other 2 nights. They've released
Oh,
on
sorry.
Splattervinyl. Yeah, they released it. To be honest, they should have released it. They should have released it this year.
I don't know if those other 2 nights exist, Chris. No. I've got to be honest. No. You know, I tell you what though. If Jim might know, because he took a lot of the tapes when Barn folded, he took a lot of the masters from there.
I was talking to Frank on Monday about who we went out for a drink, and about Ipswich, because somebody was asking a question. Somebody was asking a question about Jim using a Fender Jazzmaster at the gig. Instead of his normal Gibson, you know, his Gib.
Yeah,
No, and there's lots of he couldn't remember. He may well have done. But
well, even with my amnesia, I've never known Jim play.
No, it's a strange.
I've never known Jim play a Fender Jazz on stage.
There's quite a few people though who will say that he did. I'd like to see some photographs.
I mean, I can't. Have you ever seen any photographs, Chris?
No.
I mean, I don't think it would even be a spare, if you know what I mean.
No, it's sort of it's a strange one. I think that's why if he did, he might have actually done it. That's why people have said, because he was such a, you know, something from the norm. It wasn't Jim on his Gibson. It was Jim on a Fender, but only for a few numbers. So perhaps there's some techie problem. Don't know. Anyway, back to Twit now. Don Powell Band. Good year last year. Yeah, me drums on the road again.
Yeah, we had a couple of chart appearances, which is fantastic. And we had a lot of coverage, really. I mean, I'm still getting emails now from Nick Owen from BBC. I mean, he's such a lovely bloke. But I've always had a good relationship with him. You know,
brilliant.
You know, nice with him. And he still sends me emails now, because what I did. Because when we did the thing on TV, and afterwards, I wrote to the producer afterwards, Tony Stratton, I think his name was, and then I had an email back from Nick as well, you know, which was nice. Yeah, so we've sort of made contact. He lives in Kimver now, Chris.
Nick Owen. A lot of you remember, if you're listening, from with Anne Diamond. But he's now on the local news, the local BBC. So people know who he is. It's now on the local news, and they do a lot of cover. Yeah, I'm just telling people so they won't do.
Oh, sorry, yeah. And you used to do like Midlands Today, or like the.
We're still Midlands Today now. He still does it.
That's like the 6 o'clock show sort of thing.
Half 6, but he used to do the morning show with him and with Anne Diamond.
That's right. The breakfast show or whatever it was.
That's it, breakfast show. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think whatever. I don't know what it's called. I'm just saying it was the breakfast show.
But he's on the Midlands News now, and he does.
But I'll tell you what, it's such a down to earth bloke he is, Chris. Such a down to earth bloke.
Good. It's what we need. 2022.
Yeah.
There's going to be stuff coming.
Well, the thing is like, funny enough you said that. I had an email today from Henry, you know, from the Dreamers, you know, and I'd wanted to, well, actually, on You Better Now before we made contact here, you know, and he was saying about, because there's quite a bit of stuff that we haven't sort of finished, you know, that so we're going to, you know, we put the basic tracks down and we're just going to try and arrange. I think he was trying to get us back in the studio, all of us, in the next couple of months, just to finish off. Are you
enjoying doing it all?
Sorry?
Are you enjoying doing it all?
Fantastic. Well, it's a different way of recording now, Chris. I mean, remember, I keep on saying it now because there's no tape anymore. You don't have to worry about the tape. You know, sort of, it's all on computer, and it's like if anybody makes a mistake, It doesn't matter. You haven't got to. Before you have to all stop and start all over again. And now you can just patch things up. It's not quite the same, but it's just the way things are, and it makes things a lot. It makes things a lot quicker. But when you think the Beatles' first album was done in one day, and but that was just because it was their stage show. It was a bit like our Slade Alive, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And that's why they had to leave Twist and Shout till the last song because of Lennon's voice. And if you hear it, I mean, but it sounds fantastic. I mean, it's shot to pieces, but I mean, it sounds fantastic.
This sort of half leads to a couple of questions, one which slightly connected. The obvious question is, if it's possible, do you think the Don Powell band will go out gigging?
Well, there's talk about it, but I mean, as I say, with the current climate, the way things are, well, everything's,
This then leads to the elephant in the room, the big hill with a tall on top of it, elephant, Glastonbury. I know you've denied it, and I know Nod's denied it, but because you denied it, it might happen.
Are you asking me?
Is it going to happen?
No.
There, that's it then.
No, but I'll tell you what, I mean, I can say it, because it doesn't matter. I can say it. Me and Nod have swapped a few emails over the last few weeks, and basically, I sort of, because of the current thing, I said, if you do Glastonbury, am I in the band? Sort of thing. And he had a bit of a laugh about it, and he said, no, we said that all came. I think he said it came from the sun. I'm not going to categorically, but sort of thing. He said it was never. It was, they just got hold of it, and it was all bullshit, basically. And
that will do again. That's two. We got no and bullshit. That's all. That's all you need.
It's a shame. It's a shame.
Yeah.
It would have been something good, but whether it would have worked, I don't know.
Well, I mean, look at the audience. I mean, if we all rolled up, I mean, if it's going to be, if it did ever happen to be a couple of 3 years, I'd be 67, 68, and I'm not going to stand in a field watching a load of 70-year-old blokes.
I'm not sure, but I think it was planned for this year.
Well, that's all, but all the tickets
it was all, but like Nod said, it all came from the Sun newspaper.
Yeah. So we got the two answers. If anybody's listened to it, I'll refer them to your previous answer. See?
Yeah. But no, but it was good having a chat.
Good advertise, good publicity, mate.
Yeah, but it was nice, and and as I said, I've been busy anyway, which has been fantastic.
You have, and hopefully you'll be busy this year.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what's great, Chris, as well, because you think basically all of my life I've just been with Slade in the studio, and it's interesting now recording with different people how recording has changed.
Yeah.
It's not like it used to be. Well, there's no tape anymore. It's all direct onto computer.
Plus, you've had quite a layoff, haven't you? I mean, with Slade too. I don't know if you did much recording. I know the stuff we've got out, the Super Yob and the singles, but there was you've done nothing as far as the fans were aware.
All we did, I think it was 20 years ago when we did the Keep On Rocking album, which has been released. Which Dave Hill was released under different titles,
and the odd things, the odd little singles. But for you to go back in there over the last 18 months or so must be absolutely fantastic.
It was incredible. Well, it's so bloody easy today. Not saying before. No. It's sort of like, I mean, when you think. I've been doing because of the COVID situation. I've been able to travel. So Paul and Les, or Craig, and the Don Powell band, have been doing bits in the UK, sending the files to my studio over here. I've been going along, putting the drums on, and sending it back. It's not quite the same as all being in the studio together, but it's just the way things can be done today. You know, it's like
Fantastic.
I said, when you sort of you see the Paul McCartney with Stevie Wonder. I mean, the video for that Ebony and Ivory was done in 2 different countries and put together. You
Yeah.
know, they weren't at the piano together doing it. They
No.
were, you know, it's 2 different countries.
Well,
It's a bit
you,
like me doing with the Don Powell band and you know, things like that, doing it in
but
2 different
these little
countries.
home studio things you can buy a couple
Oh,
hundred quid.
it's amazing. I mean, just the stuff that I've got up here, you know,
Yeah.
I can do things, but I've
Yeah.
actually done the recordings that with my, you know, my good mates, you know, sort of people over.
You and Andreas could do something.
Yeah, no, I mean, the thing is, the stuff I've been doing was doing with Torben. He's got
Yeah, and Heinrich and all.
you know, they've got a studio. I just go there. I've got some drums set up there, you know, for the
Yeah.
thing.
No, it's
The tour,
brilliant.
you know, and I'll just go over there, and then they send the files over from England, you know, sort of
Yeah.
thing. And you know, 'cause there's no tape anymore; it's all computer. And I just go along, put the drums on, and go home. Have a cup of tea and a bag of chips, and go home, you know, sort of thing. But
What
it
else could
ain't
you ask
quite.
for?
It ain't
Perfect
quite
life.
the same. It ain't quite the same, Chris. But it's the way things are today. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah, and it's the
it's just
future. We live in the future. I keep
yeah.
saying this. We're living in the
It's like
future now.
it's like when I speak to Andreas, you know, our son, you know, sort of thing,
Yeah.
when you're thing, and because they're all well up on this technology today, and I'm just a boring old fart from the Stone Age,
Yeah.
you know, sort of thing, and.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's just something. There's something great to be able to do. It's like with Joe in Australia, Joe Matera.
Yeah. Yeah.
He sends the files over from Australia. I
Yeah.
don't want to put my drums on and send it back. You know, it's sort of. I
It's,
mean, you talk about that, say 20 years ago, and people will laugh at you.
yeah.
It's a bit
Yeah.
like the space race now. You know,
Yeah.
sort of thing.
Exactly.
Oh, that's right. Oh,
It's like getting 3 channels on your telly.
yeah, God. But I remember, I don't know what I think it's a program I was watching. I was on about when they landed the first man on the moon. They said they did that with a computer, which by today's standard would be thrown away.
Yeah.
You know, that's how they did it.
Yeah.
That's
They
how
sort
they
of
did it.
pointed it, landed
Yeah,
it, and came
yeah.
back.
And they came
Genius.
back again. I
Yeah.
mean, I don't know why, it must have been some anniversary, because I've been watching quite a bit about that particular moon landing lady.
Yeah.
And they go on about that was all bullshit and all faked and all things. I can't say they could do that. You think of the hundreds of people that worked at NASA
Yeah.
in Florida. How could you get like hundreds of people, technicians from the space station, to keep quiet? You know, I mean, God, you know, you think of
No.
all that. Oh, the moon landing was a farce. It was a joke.
You need
know,
You need Boris Johnson. He'll sort them out.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. I don't know what's been going on with that kind of thing over there, Chris. You know, but
You don't want to know, mate. You don't want to
no,
know.
really.
No.
I don't. What is the COVID thing like over there now? Is it still?
There's still lots of, I think the way my interpretation is, it's still bad. There's still people catching it, but because of the jab,
Yeah.
the death rate is still really bad. They're not,
Yeah, but I mean,
it's hundreds as opposed to tens of thousands. So
okay.
it's
Oh,
still
bloody
not
hell.
good. Any just one deaths are awful. But my interpretation, and it's just me, is that because everybody's getting jabbed, it's helping.
Right. Well, I'll tell you what. It started over. They started the jab situation about a month over here in Denmark, Chris, about a month before the rest of the world.
Yeah.
And consequently, the fatalities are way down as compared with the rest of the world.
Yeah.
I mean, and also the tests are free over here.
Right.
You know, I mean, me and Hannah go at least once. Me and Hannah go once a week.
Yeah.
That's a queue for about 10-15 minutes, for Christ's sake, you know.
Yeah.
And all they do is just do a test, you know, swab the nose or whatever, you know, sort of thing.
Yeah.
And then
we sort of
they email your results through within 4 hours.
we wear the masks and all that sort of stuff.
Well, there's still it did clear up a bit over here where the masks were stopped being used.
We did as well.
But now it's come back again.
Yeah.
People are asking to wear masks in public places, you know. I mean, I don't have to actually wear them. I got the fitness center every morning. I don't actually have to wear them in the fitness center, but going into the big, it's a bit complex.
Yeah,
It's an ice hockey stadium, and
yeah,
you know, all things, also, you know, like sort of badminton and things like that. I wear them in the common areas, but
yeah.
once I'm in the gym, I don't need to wear them, you know. Well, we don't need to wear them, you know. But it's just sort of really setting it out. I think it's just people who got befriended. I don't know whether some fatalities started again, and so they've had to bring it back in, sort of
I
thing.
think as long as people are sensible, again, personal. As long
Yeah,
as
I think well, it's like me. I think it's like in the fitness centre. Like after I've had my shower, I always sit down and
yeah,
actually in the gym and have a cup of tea, just relax for a half hour, sort of thing. And you don't have to actually wear them in the gym,
no, no. And when
you
you're drinking
know.
your tea,
Or when you're doing the training, you know. But
yeah,
when you go out of the gym, they like you to wear them then, because like I said, there's the badminton thing, there's the swimming, there's all
yeah.
the different, you know, different little things
Brilliant.
going on.
Right. Well, I think we'll bring this on to halt. 2022, lots to look forward to.
Yeah.
Keep on checking out for these, because hopefully we'll do some more Zooms. And keep
Well,
checking.
we can just hopefully just get back to normal, Chris.
Yeah,
Doing Zooms, you know, and we try and think of some more guests to invite on as well.
yeah. Best, yeah. I think we'll do those, and we'll carry on with your diaries, and we'll do the special
Well,
things and all.
oh,
We'll carry on. We'll just
what I
carry
could
on
do,
everything as it was last
what
year.
might be good, sorry, Chris, to interrupt you. What might be good is get like a Zoom together with the occasional flames with Les and Paul.
Yeah, yeah. Right, and
You know,
with Craig,
yeah,
with anybody and everybody
yeah. You
joins
know,
in.
so
We'll do some. We'll talk. We'll do a couple of fan ones. That might be a prize. Win the chance to speak to us.
yeah, yeah. I mean, things like that would be good, because then I'll tell you what's always good, because a lot of the time they got some questions that you wouldn't even think about.
That's right. I mean,
You know.
because I don't ask you questions, do I?
You know, but I mean, there might be just something they want to talk about.
Yeah,
It's like,
no, brilliant.
when I did not so much recently, but when I first came over and people found out I was here, I did quite a few question and answer things at schools and universities and things like that. And the first question out of everybody's mouth was, "Do you know Ozzy Osbourne?" the first. I said, "Actually, I do."
Well,
that was the first question.
I'll stop the recording and I'll talk to you about that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Because I've just come up with something. I don't want to give it away.
Okay.
But I'll say thank you for this, and we will carry on as usual.
Nice to be back again.